Here's some plane talking. Here in Britain, we call the airplane the aeroplane because we get surprised in the middle of the word. This emoji is also used for when phones are in airplane mode. I tried putting my phone into airplane mode and it only flew about 3 feet. I like the little bells on the wings so you can hear it coming. The emoji that's one that's kind of rubbish until you realize it's the only one that's actually got passenger windows. What the hell, everyone else? And don't we tend to see planes from a side view? It's very rare that you're going to be above a plane unless you're inside another plane. Opemojis looks like a communist who couldn't afford a hammer or sickle. I don't want to fuselage shame, but Mozilla's might not stay in the air. I guess it's Facebook. There's also a takeoff emoji showing what the planes do when they get to the end of the diving board, the shrubbery. Turn Microsoft's upside down and it's humping a pillow. Joy Pixels win the prize for white space within an emoji. Emoji uses space shuttle. Pretty bad stuff, I'll have to say Apple. This emoji feels like a plane going down. I'm worried for Facebook, who don't have the wheels out. That's gonna kinda scrape a bit. Openmoji takes a lot of risks with its wheel placement, but there's a certain dangerous elegance to it. It's like it's on point in the ballet sense. I'm not saying it's a good emoji. Apple again. Look inside the plane emoji and you'll find the seat emoji with its lovely neck sweat tissue. The early SoftBank design was a robot dick, and is this loss? Apple can have this one. They call this one a small airplane, but emojis can't have size standards. I'm guessing that this means non-passenger planes, so it's actually worth having a different emoji. But Apple's definition of small is similar to their definition of affordable. The best one here is LG, from which Facebook obviously traced theirs. Now a cute little helicopter. These look too cartoony until you look at real helicopters and they look too cartoony too. HTC's has a buzzsaw. The side-on perspective isn't helping anyone, so messenger. But you won't fly very far without passport control, a kind of mage cop with a floating book. Samsung's is pointing a gun at themselves, and Openmoji can take a selfie without using hands, or a neck. This is such a needless emoji. I mean, it's useful to have an international symbol for something like this to obviate the bounds of language, but it doesn't look like a place for passports. Just a place to read or a soap dispenser. As ever, you can blame Apple for the symbol's homogenization. Well, blame everyone else for copying Apple. I suppose Google did it best. I suppose. This character might also rifle through your luggage and point at it like a body snatcher. The straight arms and the uniforms make them look like shy Nazis. But luckily, Indiana Jones is here. Is the torso meant to be straight on? It's a really awkward posture. This noodle arm is doing no favors. If I'd not introduced what this emoji is, you'd have thought urinals, right? I guess it's Google. Then there's baggage claim, and I'd better be careful to pick the right one. Again, we're in the silly blue box for most of them. It doesn't need to be blue, but Apple's is blue, so apparently it does. This also brings some strange standards, like the silhouette aesthetic that puts straps on the suitcase that just make it look like a paper bag in parentheses. And the blue box is so standardized that each designer puts their own contour and shading on it like it's a little plastic button and necessary to the design. So the portrayed baggage is removed to a second level of glyph, a glyph within a glyph. We're not seeing baggage or a picture of baggage, we're seeing a picture of baggage. I think in cases of restrictive uniformity, we should reward deviation, thinking outside of the blue box. Openmoji. Left luggage is a place you can store your suitcase and your key, and the format of the show compels me to say which of these is better than the rest of these. Look, it doesn't even just represent luggage, which would be understandable to symbolize, but the place where luggage gets left, and also key. And the key is presumably to get into the luggage locker, and maybe the box around the suitcase is the locker itself, but it's strange to include that level of detail without any sign of a keyhole. I think this combination might make more sense in Japan, maybe it's on signs there, but if I looked into that, I might have to admit that it's not really an airport thing. Openmoji buck the trend and have better detail. They've remembered to actually make it look like a bag and a key. Look, a bag and a key. Ah, there we go, actual luggage that you can lug. Apple are carrying way too much for that handle to handle, but you've got to admire how they have holiday stickers of the different emojis they visited. You're gonna need the bicep emoji to carry it though. We could really do with some wheels, and Google's wheels are parallel to the handle. That's not a good design. Microsoft and Twitter have done rolling filing cabinets. Emojipedia have decided to only take the case. There is nothing in that. It's refreshing to be looking at an emoji that has an array of different colourful options and might actually get put to use. Pack your bags and all that. And it's a bit of a shame that the dull WhatsApp one is the best. Wheeled luggage has been the better idea ever since the invention of the wheeled luggage, and these pocketed fabric ones are better than just a lunchbox for a whole football team. It could do with being a bit brighter though. If you liked this video, quit virtue signaling.